Happy fucking Saturday, you lovely, delicious humans. God, it's good to see your faces, even though I cannot see your faces. Welcome to Roy's Repair and Resale. My name is Roy. I do repairs and resale, and it is a beautiful, beautiful goddamn Saturday. Oh, I hope everybody is doing well. Chris, how's it going, bud? Always good to see you. Ace, I appreciate you stopping by. Always a pleasure to see you, my friend. Oh, lordy lord. We are going to have a fun time this evening. I am very excited for this day because we've been waiting for this day for quite some time now. So, it is going to be an experience. Oh. All right. I've switched my setup up, as you guys can probably tell, and I'm also calling my voicemail right now. What the fuck? That was interesting. All right. I am done calling my voicemail now. Oh, Lord. Ooh, big stretch. First and foremost, gotta stretch it out. Oh, yeah. Oh, what a beautiful day. I'm gonna take a little sip of Windex real quick. Salud. Ah, tremendous. All right. So as we're giving a moment to let people get into the new stream because the old one fucked up, let's talk a little bit about what we got in store for tonight. I do have just a regular old HDMI port swap, so we will be working on that tonight. I have a controller that goes with that HDMI, that same HDMI console, I should say. Tone down my voice a little bit. Seems to be hitting a little high. So we have a controller that goes with the HDMI port that we're going to be working on today. That one, I believe, has stick drift. I haven't tested it yet, so I was told stick drift. Also, let's everybody take a moment and pay respects to that pretty kitty right there. Rachel! Hello! Say hello to the people. Yeah, you're very sweet. Look at that baby. Okay, come here. Give me those. Give me a kiss. Hey. Thank you very much. Yeah, you're just a sweet baby. Give me little kitty spankings. Yeah. It's just a baby. Alright. Oh no! Well, like I said, still working out the kinks on the new setup here. Alright? Anyway, like I said, we have the HDMI port that we're going to do tonight. We have that controller that we're going to work on over there. Yes, look at the chunk. Is much chunk to be had. HDMI port, controller, and after a month, a little over a month actually of waiting, I have finally received the Wi-Fi modules that I've been waiting for to fix that console from a goddamn month ago. So, I have finally received it. Yeah, you know what, Chris, you're fine. You've been dropped plenty of times. That's why you're here. We're all here because we've been dropped on our heads a few times. It's fine, all right? What's another concussion amongst friends? However, new Wi-Fi modules. Finally got these, the AWX M501s that I've been waiting for that console that the customer has been so incredibly patient for. So, we are finally going to get that console up and running. All right. So, that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into some repairs. I think we'll probably knock out the HDMI job first. That will be quick and painless. At least it should be. I'm hoping. Let's go grab that real quick. Let's first make sure we have everything we need for the setup. All right, there we go. So, first things first, this is a console that was brought in for an HDMI job, and I will show you guys in just a moment here why that HDMI job has made its way to my desk. So, let's swap down real quick here. Oh, is this? Oh. My microscope is frozen. Just a moment. Am I wearing leather shorts? No, you're not that lucky. There we go. Microscope froze for a moment there. All right, so this is the HDMI port. And as you can see, on a scale of how fucked up is fucked up, that's fucked up. So that's what we're going to be fixing. I have not tested it to make sure it turns on yet, so I am going to do that because this was dropped. So we are going to make sure that it actually turns on. So let's do that real quick. All right. Take this cover off real quick. There we go. All right, and I do not see evidence of friends. That always makes me happy. Yeah, no, it was not a good time. They had a rough day. All right, no evidence. Well, minor evidence. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Let's just make sure it turns on first and foremost, huh? Okay, it does indeed turn on, and it stays on. Excellent. All right, that's what I like to see right there. Oh, also, Kate, thank you for the follow on Twitch. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Yeah, so while I'm getting this all tested and such, I did finally get my Twitch set up. It has been a long time coming. Like I said, I'm still working out kinks as far as the stream and everything goes. So if you guys are already subscribed on YouTube, go ahead and throw me a follow on Twitch. I'd appreciate it greatly. We're going to build out the community up there. Going to do all kinds of fun promotions and all kinds of other stuff once I get everything set up the way I want it. So if you have a free moment and you would donate just a brief moment of your time to throw your boy a follow, it would do my heart so good. So very good. All right, we got the 3 beeps, which means it had to do the system restore, so we're going to give it a second. And we're just going to shut her down. All right. There we go, finally shut down. Okay, excellent. So, let's go ahead and get this party. Oh, this has been worked on before. I did not know that. Security sticker's missing. I did not know. Oh, Ashley, you're too kind. Genuinely too kind. What would I do without such kindness? Also lovely to see your face, even though I cannot see your face. Alright, so I did not know that this had been opened previously. That is concerning. I hope somebody didn't get to this before I did. Oh, I grabbed the wrong damn tweezers. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and take off the SSD cover. I'm going to try and speed run this as much as possible. So I will do things a little bit out of order compared to what you guys are used to seeing me do. But I am trying to speed this process up so we can get to the one that, if you've been around long enough, everybody really wants to see. So that's right. You never know when the voice is going to come out. Sometimes it's very much required, okay? Alright. You don't belong there. HDMI tester. Okay, there we go. Alright. This fan is definitely in need of a little bit of love. Just a little bit. Oh boy, yeah, this Whole thing could really use a clean. You know what? While I'm taking it apart, let me send it to the customer and see if they want to have it cleaned while I have it open. Meow. You see this? Look at this. It's very loud. Yeah, you're very loud. I'm trying to do stuff. I gotta make money to give you treats. Love you very much. Don't you dare, Kate. Don't you dare. Alright. Let's take a couple pictures and give the customer the option if he would like it cleaned. Oh yeah, big time dust on here. Not big time rush, big time dust. Yeah. Nope, that's as far as I'm going. I'm not getting DMCA'd. I know she wants to help. I need to get a separate camera just for her. Sorry, just texting the customer real quick, guys. Bear with me. All right. Customer has been made aware and is given the option if they'd like to do the cleaning or not. All right. Let's get back to this. If I had to guess, because this has been opened previously, I'm going to assume the HDMI has already been worked on this once. So that would be my assumption as far as why it's been opened. Because normally if it's been damaged once, it's been damaged more than once. So I'm going to hope that, that this is just a previously done HDMI. Because otherwise, I don't know what other work's been done on here. And that makes me nervous. There we go. Oh, that's right, it's been dropped, so it's probably going to be difficult to get off. There we go. Okay. Alright, I mean, oh yeah. Yep, they tore off the adhesive, the little adhesive pads there. There we go. All right. Oh. So let's undo these ribbon cables. And these Wi-Fi antennas. Look at that. Don't even have to unhook anything. That's how good of a job that was done last time. Excellent. All right. And here we go. Everybody's favorite part. 42 goddamn screws. If you're just joining, welcome in. Lovely to see your faces, even though I cannot see your faces. As always, feel free to hop in the chat. We got a lovely community of folks that would love to help you make fun of me. Yes, I know, kitty. Yeah, I'll tell you what. While I'm doing this, because this part's boring. There we go. We'll keep it on her for a little while. Rachel! Alright, here we go. So close. Can finally be done with these damn screws. You know what? They may have lost all the adhesive, but all the screws are here. I'll give them credit for that. Not a lost screw in the bunch. All right, here we go. Oh, missed a screw. Always this one. If I miss one, it's always this one or this one up here. Always one of the two. There we go. And let's see if my calculations are correct. I don't know. I don't know if my calculations are correct. Interesting. I'll have to see the other side of it, but that HDMI port doesn't look like it's been worked on before, which is interesting. I wonder what it went in for work on. Maybe a new power supply. All right. You know what, Kate? That's fair. That's 100% fair. Let's make sure we can get a nice angle on Miss Rachel. There we go. Perfect. Never mind, she left. She is done. Yes, I know. Hello. You gonna hold the hot air gun while I take the HDMI port off? Yeah. There we go. All right. Oh boy, that APU's got a hell of a dry spot on it too. Oh yeah, the HDMI port has been worked on before. Okay. All right. Yeah, a lot of flux in that area. Okay, well that makes me feel better, honestly. At least I know what work has been done. Alright, let's move this out of the way real quick. Let's see if the customer's gotten back to me. Nope, nothing yet. We keep going. Okay, so you can see there's a little bit of signs of previous work. there's some leftover flux right there, and some flux remnants around here. So it was the HDMI port. Yeah, that's not factory solder either. Okay, so the HDMI port was done previously, which is fine. Again, it's common. They actually did a fairly good job overall. I can't really fault them on it. Well, hopefully they used good solder, because I would like to make this as quick as possible. So, first and foremost, what we're going to do is we're going to get our port tinned for the replacement. There we go, replacement port. Some flux on there. There we go. Port's nice and tinned. Beautiful. Alright, now we're going to come in here. Alright, I'm going to come in with hot air. Put my counterweight on here real quick. So we're going to try and do this in one fell swoop. So, hot air coming in, 480 degrees, 99% airflow. No flux to start off with. So let's see if they use leaded or not. I think they might have reused the factory solder, which again is not necessarily a terrible thing, and would explain why the solder looks so good on the back. There we go. Out you go. They may not have actually replaced the port, they may have just re-tinned it, like re-soldered it. Come in with a little bit of flux on these ground holes. Come right in with my solder. I'm just going to add a bit of leaded right into the hole there. There we go. Let that mix in together. While I do that, come in with my iron. And then one fell swoop, come in with the replacement port. Put a dab of extra solder around the ground holes to help that solder flow through. There you go. You can see that solder around those ground holes has already started to come through perfectly. I'm going to leave the heat on there just a little bit longer to help that solder bind all the way to the legs of the HDMI port. We're going to move it around a little bit, help it fully bond. Come in with a little bit of wick. Just press and hold. Let that solder get nice and solid around everything. Perfect. All right, there we go. All right, just making sure the customer hadn't gotten back to me here. All right, while the board's still nice and warm, come in and clean up some of this flux. Get rid of the extra cotton because nobody needs that. Toothbrush and some isopropyl alcohol just to help further clean up the excess flux. Welcome to everybody just joining in. Always lovely to see your faces, even if I cannot see your faces. Tidy up just a little bit more here. Try and clean up some of the leftover residue from the previous technician. All right, and let's double check here. I'm going to come in with our pick. Just make sure that everything is honky-dory. All right, so those legs do look pretty good, but we're just going to give them an extra little nudge test here just to make sure. That board is still relatively warm. All right, good. Perfectly soldered legs. You love to see it. We didn't lose that cap. That's always a beautiful thing. And this customer still has not gotten back to me on if he wants it cleaned or not. So I'm going to put it back together just to make sure we can test, and then we'll move forward from there. I'll keep it mostly taken apart for now. All right. Let's move the microscope out of the way a moment here. Get ourselves recalibrated. Why is this cockeyed? There we go. Bothering the hell out of me. All right. go. Get our ribbon cables back in. So we're just going to put it together enough to make sure we get a display. So pretty much that means I'm going to put on the APU clamp and the heatsink. Oh, going a little too far. There we go. There we go. Get that clamp back on there. And we'll just put the power to it. We'll test and make sure we get a display. And as long as we get a display, we will move on to the next repair for the time being. Because if the customer wants it cleaned, I want to make sure that I can get it cleaned. Okay, so that is put together enough to test. Give it power. Put an HDMI cord in. Alright, still turns on, that's positive. Okay, let's turn the camera. And where the hell is my remote? There we go. Oh, I turned the power off, that's not what I meant to do. There we go. And show me PS5. PS5, there we go. All right, display is good. Shut her down. We'll move on to the next one. Rachel, I'm fixing stuff, baby. I'm doing stuff. I have to do these things. Yes, I know. But I have to. Oh my goodness. Hello. You sweet baby. You can't help fix nothing. You don't have thumbs. You can't do nothing. There's literally nothing you can do. You can be real cute. You say hi to everybody. Yeah, it's just the sweetest baby. Hello. It's just the sweetest thing. But you can't help with anything. I have to finish this. I have to move on to the next repair. You go get comfy. I'll come bring you treats in a minute. Come on. I gotta go fix stuff. Come on. Onto the bed. There we go. There's a baby. Okay. Alright, there we go. So I'm going to move that console off to the side for the time being. Give the customer a little bit of a chance to see if they want the cleaning done. It's totally optional. I never, it's never a requirement for, but when I see dust build up like that, I'm always going to offer it just to be sure. Who's crushing dreams? Ain't nobody crushing dreams. She don't have thumbs. What's she gonna do? All right. All right. Repair number 2. The controller that goes with this console. I was told it has stick drift. I have not tested it. We are going to test it together and see if it has stick drift. No, no. She has no thumbs. What am I supposed to do? All right. So let's switch over to the let me make sure I actually have a joystick available real quick. I have a full joystick? I do have a full joystick. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. Alright, replacement joystick is available. I was hoping I could get away with just doing a potentiometer, but the way that both of them are glitching like that, it's going to have to be the full joystick, which is not my favorite, but it is what I have available. Alright, let's get this controller knocked out and out of the way so we can get to the really fun part, which is that Wi-Fi module. Alright, so just going to come in here and take this. There we go, just like that. Let's grab my little spudger tool. Pop these top buttons off. All right, and where's my screwdriver? Hey, Demi, good to see you, my friend. Always a pleasure. And yeah, the Edge ones are not fun. I did my fair share of repairs on those, and it's not my favorite thing in the world. But 10 of them is a lot. That is quite a few. Take these screws out. And just set them off to the side for now. There we go. All right, this is one of the newer model controllers. Battery off. Middle screw coming out. We're just going to wiggle that little ribbon cable out. There we go. this little ribbon cable, this little ribbon cable, this bigger ribbon cable, and this little ribbon cable. Get all those disconnected. And we're going to come in and get these little pads disconnected. There we go. Alright, just a little dab will do ya on the flux on these. Don't need a whole lot. Alright. Just take these little wires that hook up the rumble pack off. There we go. And with all the wires and everything disconnected, we can just push on the bottom and pop that right out. So if it's the right stick we're looking at, it's going to be this stick right here that needs to be replaced. Boy, it must be the season of controllers over there. The Xbox, PS5. This is actually the second one I've had in a week, but the first one actually didn't have any problems, so I didn't have to fix it. Alright, so I am going to need my special board holding tool for these. Okay. All right. So first things first, you get some flux on the back of this so we can get some leaded solder mixed in with the unleaded stuff that's already on there. Alright, got a little more solder on there. There we go. Alright. And then we're going to put a lot more flux on there. And we're going to come in and try and wick up as much of that solder as we can before I have to break out the hot air, because I know I'm going to have to break out the hot air. I would just prefer to make it as minimal as possible because there's a lot of plastic around here. adjust this real quick. There we go. Like I said, we're going to try and get as much of this as we can up with Just Wick, but unfortunately Just Wick is pretty much never good enough. There we go. I mean, we're doing alright, but yeah, so you can see that solder re-solidifying there. Yeah, no, unfortunately I don't have low melt. So yes, low melt would absolutely be the move here. I just do not possess it. So I use leaded, get as much as I can off, and then just hot air. So I keep the hot air focused in this general area and let the board get hot enough to avoid as much of that plastic as possible, because, I mean, as you can see, there's quite a bit of it. Trick, what's going on, buddy? Always a pleasure. Alright, there we go. Come on now. Alright, gonna clean up some of that flux because it's getting a little too burnt. It's not wanting to do the thing. Tidy it up a little bit and get some fresh stuff on there. Not my favorite job in the world, but it must be done. Alright, get some fresh flux on there. I actually just got a new batch of flux in. It finally came in. I've been waiting for it forever. I decided I've been using M-Tech since I started, but I wanted to see what the Kimbo was about, so I did end up buying some Kimbo. So once I'm out of the M-Tech, we will swap over to Kimbo and see how that works for me. And I can do a fair comparison. Hey, Pinecone, good to see you, my friend. Love the name. Flaming Pinecone is tremendous. Yeah, I believe you, Trick. First of all, no, I do not work on phones, period, end of story. I will not do it. So best of luck to you, friend, because I'm not fucking doing it. And Panko, to answer your question, I mostly work on modern consoles. I usually do, I mean, lately it's been all PS5. So I do a lot of PS5s, but a lot of the Xbox Series X, Series S, Switches. I did do a couple of GameCubes on here. I did a original NES system on here. I've done a couple of handhelds, like a Republic of Gaming Ally. So I do a little bit of everything. Hell, I even worked on a laptop last night. I don't do that often, but it does happen from time to time. All right. That's about as good as I'm going to get it for now. So, now what we're going to do is we're going to be really fucking careful. And we're going to bring the hot air in. Yeah, we're going to be really careful. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't work on phones, but I've done some research because I was considering doing it for a little while. And the PMIC connectors on those, especially on Samsungs, is always another. Well, again, I'm trying to watch at least a little bit of my language. There's always a pain in the ass. And I can't bring myself to work on them. Oh, I missed one. I missed this little nub right here with the wick. Gotta come back in with the wick. And Apple phones, just forget it. I mean, you gotta reprogram shit, you need codes, and like, look, I barely do that stuff when I work on cars. I'm not gonna do it for a damn phone. Okay, now we're going to be really careful. I'm coming in with airflow 50%, 420 degrees Celsius. I'm just gently pulling on the connector. There we go. It's starting to come loose. There we go. Perfect. All right. Yeah, absolutely, Pongo. Gotta be able to do a little bit of everything. Yeah, exactly right, my friend. Exactly right. We never said we had to make it easy. All right, I'm gonna clear up that one little hole right there because it is not fully drained of its solder like it needs to be. Oh. Oh, arm was looking a bit rough. wiggle that wick around a little bit while we get the heat on there. And there we go. Good to go. Okay. And we will grab our replacement. Yeah, no, I don't blame you, Pinecone. I won't work on phones either. I really enjoy working on PS5s. That's my passion project at the moment. So I'm right there with you on that. First of all, Croupier, good to see you, buddy. Any luck with PS5 crash looping and dashboard? So it's only on the dashboard that it crashes? That is pretty unusual. Is there anything in the error log on the PS5? Is it giving you any kind of an error code? Because if it's crashing like that, it absolutely should have an error code. There we go. All right, excellent. Okay, good. Thought I couldn't see one of the legs coming through there, but I was wrong. Yeah, I was thinking RAM is. Have you tried to just reinstall the system software through a USB? Because it sounds like it's corrupt software. I know there's no codes on screen. What about it? There's a error history in the PS5 settings. Is there anything there that shows that it crashed? Because Trick is probably right. It usually, in that case, is going to be a RAM issue. Unfortunately, when it comes to that, it's hard to pinpoint, and it updates fine. Interesting. Yeah, so it's usually either SSD, BIOS, or RAM, and in this instance, it sounds like it's probably RAM. And it's not fun to do because you usually have to replace all of them because you never know unless you want to replace one, put it back together, test it, see if it crashes, then replace another and keep going until it's all done, or you just replace all of them at once and hope and pray that you did it right. All right, there we go. Nice and soldered. Give it a little bit of a squeegee. Get all that nasty flux out of there. We'll come in with some isopropyl alcohol. 99%, of course. Nothing but the finest. Yeah, check the error history in the PS5. Well, actually, if you said it's crashing, so... Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, that's my entire, like, a large portion of my business is just Sony products. I work on majority of PS5s. That is the majority of my business. So, big preach, Sony. Big preach. All right, there we go. Looks much better. Solder joint's nice and shiny. Love to see it. You can get rid of this ugly thing. All right, and now we'll pop our. Let's get this out of the way. Pop our thumbsticks back on. Yeah, I just realized. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, if you can get, yeah, as long as you can get the dashboard to stay up long enough to get to the settings screen, in the system menu, there's an error log or an error history. And yeah, I would check to see if there's any kind of error codes there. That's at least a good place to start. All right, there we go. Let's pull all these wires out of here. All these tiny little ribbon cables. And while I'm putting this back together, if you haven't already, please be sure, if you're on YouTube and you have a Twitch account, be sure to go and throw your boy a follow. Or even better, if you have Twitch Prime or if you have Amazon Prime, you can use the Twitch Prime feature to subscribe for free to a single channel a month. And it could be to support a small-time streamer just like myself. All right, now let's bring the microscope back down. Timbo, good to see you, brother. Always a pleasure. Yeah, I had a feeling it would be something with the system software. So, I mean, yeah, like I said, you're looking at either SSD, BIOS, or RAM, and none of those are fun fixes. Go. Move on over to the other side. Break on through to. Nope. Gotta remember, no DMCA. Not gonna happen to me. There we go. All right. Those are all soldered back on. Oh, fair enough. Good call, Kay. Like I said, I don't know shit about this streaming shit, all right? I don't know a goddamn thing. That's why you guys are here, to make fun of me and berate me and tell me when I'm wrong. This way I can learn. All of you are Gordon Ramsay, and I am the idiot sandwich. And I mean that with all the love and respect I can offer. Okay. There we go. Oh yeah, no, I won't even buy the 69GG unless it's pre-balled. Now the SSD controllers I usually find pre-balled, but I have stencils for everything now, so I will not do a manual reball unless it is for a Wi-Fi module. That's called foreshadowing. Damn it. I fucked up. I was trying to rush. I fucked up. I didn't plug in a ribbon cable. Not that it probably makes a huge difference, but it matters to me. But I is an idiot sandwich, though. Like I said, I just forgot to put in the goddamn ribbon cable. Yeah, PS4 was. I did a couple of repairs on PS4s. I still have a couple of them lying around. I'll still do simple jobs on them, power supplies, HDMI's, things like that. But anything like super complicated, it's usually just not worth the money to the customer. And that's where I draw the line. Like if it's going to cost you more to repair it than it is to get a used console, I'm going to tell you right up front that that's exactly what the case is, and it's really not worth it to do the repair. I'll still do it if they really want it, but it just doesn't make a whole lot of financial sense. You know what I mean? That's why I don't do a whole lot of retro work. Now, if it's for like nostalgia purposes and people have an attachment and they really want to get it working, like the NES I did, I don't work on NES consoles. Like I do new gen consoles. But the customer reached out. He wanted to pass it down to his family, and he wanted his kids to be able to enjoy the games that he used to enjoy. And I love that kind of shit. So I took it in and I fixed it for him. But that's a case by case basis. All right, there we go. Ribbon cable's plugged back in. Yeah, exactly, Ashley. You got it right. Yeah, the 69GG South Bridges, I mean, they're a little on the pricey side. I get mine from my typical China vendors. I have a couple of trusted people that I work with, and they still run me a lot. I mean, it's not $50, but it's a pretty penny. It's more than I pay for most of my other parts, and you can't even find the SSD controllers for the Slims right now, anyway, unless you have donor boards. Yeah, I don't blame you on that, Timbo. BGA machines are where it is at. I'd love to get a preheater or like a board preheater or something, just to make life easier. Okay, there we go. Now we're back in business. Got that backwards. Okay, there we go. Good and golden. Oh yeah, no, PS4, forget it, bro. Yeah, even just the HDMI encoder chips, not the Panasonic, well, the older Panasonic ones. It's ridiculous. It's just not worth having. Oh, best of luck, Pinecone. Best of luck. See, Chris, that's a good way to do it. If they'll buy the parts and they just need the labor done, then I mean that's not bad. That kind of business to business stuff is always great. All right. Let's get this plugged back in. All right, so as you can see, All right, and we're back. Whoops. Hey, look. Like I said, this is a whole new process. 42 GG's rock the stock market, Jesus. Oh man, I'm way Yep. Yeah, no. Sorry about that. Like I said, this is an entire new setup to work with Twitch and YouTube. So, yep. Still working on it. But anyway, you can see. No, it's not connected now. Hang on. All right. Well, anyway. Yeah. We're good. The screen doesn't want to capture properly for some reason, at least from what I can see. Hopefully you guys can see it. Has no problem putting an ad on there. Oh, maybe it's because I'm not doing anything. Hang on. Oh, there we go. Okay. Anyway, yeah. We're good. Perfectly centered, perfectly rotated. Everything's fine. Awesome. All right. Now, to the one that everybody's been waiting for. Oh, here we go. So, about a month ago, a little over a month ago at this point, I received this PS5. If you have been on my channel before, you know that there is one thing I despise receiving on my desk more than anything else in the entire planet. And it is a PS5 that has an EDM 020 board. Because they always fail on me. If I fix this EDM 020 board that actually has an issue that's not an HDMI port, it will literally be the first I've done on stream. So, everyone's going to pray really hard. Everyone's going to pray really, really hard that this works. So, here we have this PS5 that came in a month ago, and the customer has allowed me to hold on to it until then because nobody else can find the damn part we needed. So just a quick recap on it. Brought it in because I believe it was a beep every 30 seconds. Let's take a look. I'm almost positive it was a beep every 30 seconds. Let's see here. So we got power into it. Make sure the power cord's plugged in. Yeah, so beep every 30 seconds. That's why it was brought in. So we did all kinds of working and looking around and testing voltages, and finally we did UART. And UART came up with a code for that Wi-Fi Bluetooth module. That is the code we received. However, finding this exact Wi-Fi Bluetooth module is a nightmare. It is an absolute nightmare. I had to go through the depths of hell to try and find this brand of Wi-Fi module. And here we are. Finally, we have the correct brand of Wi-Fi module. Even the right revision. So, we are going to take this board out. We are going to remove this Wi-Fi module, and we are going to replace it with the module I have. Now, what I am going to do is not something any of you should ever do, ever. But it is just for testing purposes. I just want to see if it fixes it. If it fixes it, we'll do it the correct way. But I've tested it this way previously, and it has worked fine. Now, I'm not going to keep it that way because it needs to be done properly. But for testing purposes, we're going to do it the wrong way. All right, so let's get this thing back apart. I don't do any jailbreaking. I know there are plenty of people, maybe in this chat. I know there's plenty of people out there that do it. I'm a hardware guy. I'm not much of a software guy. All right. Yes, Chris, we're going to do it the wrong way first because I have tested it doing the wrong way before, and it has, for testing purposes only, it works. If it fixes it, we'll do it the correct way. But I need to make sure it's going to fix it first. So we're going to do it the wrong way before I waste a whole lot of time. Okay, and at least I can heat up from underneath on this one. That's nice. Okay. So, what we gonna do first of all, we're gonna take this module off, first and foremost. I think what I'd like to do, maybe once we have it off, is actually take the plate off and do some testing on the caps on the inside and see if we can maybe find a short. Because I have a feeling that's probably what's going on with this, but I'm not smart enough to make that call. So, come all the way around, put a fair amount of flux in there. I'm going to remove the nozzle on our hot air gun, and we are going to come in full bore. Let me just make sure I'm not hitting anything plastic. Nope, just caps. Excellent. God damn it, Trick. Look, I do it the right way, the wrong way enough times until it's fixed, all right? I will break it until it is fixed. So I'm just moving that hot air around a whole bunch. Just getting the entire area of the board nice and warm. Alright, we're going to slowly make our way towards the Wi-Fi module. And we're going to let that heat get in there. Oh, damn it. Well, it's not the way I wanted it to come off, but it's off. Alright. And burn or lose anything? Alright, I do have to check the back of the board real quick because I did accidentally run my heat gun into it, and I have to make sure I didn't knock any caps. But that do be happening. Actually, before I do that, while I've got the board nice and warm, let's go ahead and take care of this solder mess right here. Oh, I'll drop my wick. Well, it wasn't the smoothest sailing, but we got it done. Nice big blob of solder. All right, there we go. All right, and I don't see any tadpolling. What's up, Crew Beer? Alright, we've got a fair amount of that flux cleaned up. Like I said, I do need to flip the board real quick and just make sure I didn't knock any caps loose when I accidentally hit the heat gun. Nope, no caps. Yay. No, you cannot. I assure you, you cannot, my friend. Trust me, I've tried. It does not work. So the XM546s are the later model ones. The ones I'm working with now are an XM501. And the J20H104s do not have the same pinout as the XM546s. The traces don't go the same way and it doesn't produce the same voltages. All right, so like I said a little while ago, we're going to do this the wrong way first. I will reiterate, do not do this. This is for testing purposes only. It is not recommended. But I have done it successfully before, so that's why I'm testing it. All right. We have prepped the board. Now we will prep the chip. All right, so I have two of these, two different revisions. This is the 1.3, that's the one I need. Yeah, exactly right. Yep, you got it right, Chris. And if you've done it before, then you know it is not the correct way. This is the wrong way. Well, these are used chips. You can tell immediately by all the flux. These are 100% used. I'm not terribly concerned about that. Okay, good. Unless, of course, they don't work, in which case I'm going to be a little bit upset. Considering the length of time I had to wait to get them. Yeah. Now again, if this does work, I will reball this chip properly and have it done. But I need to test and make sure it actually fixes it first. I'm not going to waste my time and go through an entire reball process just to find out it doesn't work. Oh, hot. Hot chip. Very hot. All right. So now that we're going to do this the wrong way, let's go ahead and move our board back into place. Okay. So we're going to move it mostly into place because there is enough solder on this board and flux that it's going to pull itself in place really, really quickly. I do want this to be in as much a place as possible. That should do. All right. There we go. I'm just going to give it a nice little bit to warm up here. Make sure all those solder balls get a good connection. As good a connection as possible, anyway. Alright, we're going to let it cool the fuck down. Now, I will reiterate once again, in case you're just joining, what I just did is not the correct way to do this. I am aware of that. It is for testing purposes only. We're going to give this a little more time to cool down, just to give it a second to let it get its bearings a little bit here. Yeah, I'd be interested to, I mean, obviously I can't put links here. I'll have to do my own research on it, but I'd be interested to see what exactly happened with that Switch, with that PS5, because my own experience and the research that I've done with other technicians has shown that those two are not compatible. The J20s don't generate a 1.8 volt rail, or the J20s, and the AWXMs generate a 1.8. So, but I'd be interested to see. I learn something new every day. Oh, and just as a reminder, because I'm a horrible YouTuber and streamer, please be sure to click on that subscribe button. Throw a thumbs up on it. Let your boy know that you enjoy these lovely videos that I take my time and humiliate myself making. Okay, I think it is cooled enough to where I'm comfortable putting it in the board and testing it. I am going to put a little bit of alcohol on there and come in with a toothbrush. Just give it a little bit of a clean. Ah, nice. Okay. I will have to take a look then. All right. Let us get it back into the chassis. And let's put the clamp on, because I'm going to be hopeful, even though it is false hope. But we're going to be hopeful anyway. Okay. We have power going in the board. I'm going to leave you guys in suspense, and I'm going to go use the bathroom real quick. Let me take a poll in the chat. Who thinks it's going to work? Who thinks I'm sitting dead in the water? Let me know. I'll be back. All right. We're back. Ugh. Little Windex before we get going. All right, here we go. I'm not giving you time to answer the poll. We're going to find out. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Yes! 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 Let's go! I'm sure it is doing a system restore right now. No, it's not. Let's go! Let's go! Finally, finally, I have fixed an EDM 020 board. Oh, oh, that feels good. Oh, that's so nice. Oh, it's so nice. Oh. Okay. All right. Well, now the real fun begins because I need to take that off and I need to reball it and I need to do it properly. I am not going to sit here and bore you guys with that. That is an unnecessary part of this stream. But I finally did it. Oh, I'm going to. Don't worry about that. I still have to do that. I'm not going to bother doing it on stream. I don't want to sit here and reball and then do it all over again. It's going to get done the right way. Don't worry. The customer's going to be happy. But I have a disc golf appointment at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. So I'm not going to sit here and continue to stream and get it all done the right way. But I assure you, it will be done the right way. I don't half-ass this shit. So I'm just going to do it off stream and get it done and out of the way so I can go to bed. Oh, that feels so good. That feels incredible. Finally. Finally. I have fixed an EDM 020 board. The curse is broken. The curse is done. Oh. Oh, God. Oh, without a doubt, Chris. Yeah, I mean, the stuff I fix on my streams is the same stuff that it's only the interesting stuff. The yeah, anything that I'm fixing on my own time is usually. No, I appreciate it, Chris. Thank you, man. And I'm glad you got the Switch working. That's the best. Again, it's you know what? That explains it. Hang on. Let me look right in the camera when I say this. It is because I gave you that Switch and I removed that Switch from my fucking house. That's why this works. That's why it did the correct thing that it was supposed to do. You broke the curse, Chris. You took that cursed Switch off my hands and you have broken my EDM 020 curse, and I am forever grateful. But yeah, absolutely, man. Like I said, the ones I do on stream are just the interesting ones. Most of the jobs that I do is just HDMI ports, controllers, things like that you've seen. So, I mean, most of the stuff that I do is is pretty boring. I saved the good stuff for you. Hey, much appreciated, Circuit. Thanks, buddy. Like I said, if you haven't already, please make sure to drop a subscribe on there. Throw a like button on the video. It helps me out with the algorithm. It lets me see more lovely people such as yourselves, and it helps me get out to the world and help teach more people about this kind of stuff. Because everything I did, I learned from watching on YouTube, from guys like Phil and Joey and Toltec, Steve, everybody that does console repair. I learned this entire business from YouTube. That is why I continue to do these live streams, because somebody did it for me. So, with that being said, I am going to get to work and get this chip reballed so I can go to bed, because I'm really tired and I have to go throw frisbees for like 3 hours in the Florida sun tomorrow morning. It's going to be a nightmare. So, like I said, if you haven't already, click on that subscribe button, click on the notifications. I stream pretty much every Saturday with random consoles that I have. I'm going to try and buy a couple of eBay PS5s, just random eBay PS5s, and see what the hell we get. It'll be a great time. So I'm going to do that probably Monday and hopefully have them here for the weekend so we can do a nice stream. Am I forgetting anything? I don't think so. I'm not going to be super sappy. It's just not the mood. We are celebratory right now, all right? The EDM 020 board has officially been fixed. This is cause for celebration. I will have stroganoff and strawberry cheesecake. that is the celebration that we shall have this evening. And I will drink more Windex. To all of you, a wonderful night. Thank you again for coming and hanging out and for being a part of the first EDM 020 board that I finally fixed. It is a pleasure to have all of you here. I will be back next Saturday with more fun times. Roads Repair and Resale, YouTube and Twitch. Hit me up. Love you guys. Drink your Windex. Salud.